Hey everyone, we are here with Reavershop Kate, a deck that won a store champs, I think in December, up against Engineer in the Future. Classic matchup, Shaper versus HB. Opening hand it's okay. It has money, it has draw, it has something that we can put down early to utilize our ability. It doesn't have a Reaver or Mulligan or Aesop's though, so I think I'll Mulligan here. Second hand is actually worse because it doesn't have diesel. Still is something that we can use our discount on. Still has sure gamble, but the diesel would have been nicer. So interested to see what kind of HP we're dealing with here. I know Spags has a new deck that is pretty cool. Has some great things in it. This is actually okay. I think we can get our economy up nice and early. Next turn we can draw a bit. I don't really want to run face first into like an architect or anything like that. It would be nicer to have the SMC up and running. Blue level. So possibly a Jeeves deck. Or possibly just using it as, you know, draw engine and money, which isn't bad at all either. We should probably take a look at that. If it's Adonis, might trash it. Otherwise it might give us a bit of an indication as to what they're doing. Aesop's a little early for it. Let's take a look and see what we're dealing with here. Okay, advanced assembly lines. Well, we might as well trash it for the one. And let's put down the same old thing, just so we can draw up next turn again. I really like this card. They managed to get their 1 with HB, and they got 2 for rezzing it as well. We didn't allow them to do the secondary ability, though, of installing a non-agenda card. Because you can't do that, obviously, during a run. Right, we don't want to be running too much then. Okay, well, it's time to get set up then. Now they're going to pop this one. There indeed. Okay, well, we want to make things count then. We do have this, which we should probably play before an indexing in this instance. Draw. New Energy City Hall probably not going to be too good for us. We'll get this down and get our Aesop's as well. I am willing to sell the daily cast when it has the 2 credits on it, because at the moment I don't have anything else to use it on. No Reaver just yet, no SMC to get Reaver. But I think we have to plow ahead anyway. This will get our economy up and running, put us in a better position, and hopefully allow us to mount a challenge sooner rather than later. But they are getting pretty sweet draw. So we will sell that up. These are good draws for us. So on their turn we will get our Reaver out, and then we'll start burning through our deck a little bit. So just to make sure that we do get our discount, I will be using it on their turn. I might even throw down the freedom a little early as well. Well, this is unexpected. Did they mean to biotic? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I might as well run that, right? This seems suspicious. No dirty laundry, unfortunately, so we are using the 2 clicks. It would seem strange to have a Cerebral out here, but maybe. San. So we do have to trash that. And let's take a look at this. We get a beta test. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Did they mean to biotic? I don't know. Okay. Interesting. So let's get our SMC down, which we could use on cash if we wanted, but we do have this to sell as well. Then we can diesel. Can put this pointed at R&D. Yeah, this one, it's a curious one. Possibly run their hand and see biotic labor, and maybe they misclicked. But, I mean, if that was the case, they should definitely have taken it back. So let's draw. Let's see if we can get anything good. Yeah, some nice stuff here. We obviously want to get rid of the Jackson, though, before we index. Larger City Hall is probably not that useful to us at the moment. I don't believe this is going to be a tagging deck. And if we draw cash, we're ready with clone chips. Could SMC first, but it's not that exciting. I think we just bide our time a little bit. Perhaps they're really flooded, in which case this Jackson will be used really quickly. And that makes our indexing and freedom really good. So we have Cypher and Lady in hand. Worth putting down at least one of them. Jackson goes, so possibly another push here. 25 credits. They can get away with pretty much anything. But at least we know it won't be advanced assembly lines. That'll be waiting for us at the bottom if they do go for it here. 25 credits. Can raise pretty much anything. We have seen nothing from them so far. Lady is quite expensive for us. Cypher. We do have scavenge as well. So I think this is okay. If we run into a barrier, it's probably not going to hurt us too badly. Probably. And at least with this, we'll see what kind of ice they're playing. Okay. We will get our chameleon, I think. Oops. Obviously sentry. And 4 credits to deal with whatever this happens to be. We have just enough, and Chameleon comes in at just the right level as well. And I will pay the 3 because it's very easy for them to land a tag and brain damage on us with the trace, with all the money that they have. And in the end, domestic sleepers, so the least exciting thing that we could have gotten. Wish I'd played Freedom True Equality. And let's just take some money. So this is overly committed to the wrong place. And now that it's there, they're probably not going to put a code gate there either. Which means we may have to scavenge it onto R&D. But that's not necessarily bad. At least if we're forcing their hand one particular way, we can Escher them without Eschering. Because code gates is now less relevant, they're probably not going to put something down over here, which means R&D becomes a bit more open. We're not in a position to challenge this. We can play for one run double click, but end up quite poor. I would like to find some caches or money. Let's see what we can do. Another ace ops, not exciting. We can get rid of the levy even now because we're not even halfway through our stack. We have same old things all over the place. This is not quite the draw I wanted. I want to keep this, and indexing at least, and chameleon obviously. So I think we end up trashing these. And hopefully this isn't an agenda. Well, we weren't in a good spot, so that's fine. We could ace ops here, get loads of money, and get a draw. Hunting grounds. I don't know if it's going to be that relevant here. LLDS is good though. Let's go LLDS and clone chip. Even though we've all the clone chips and nothing to use it with. SMC is fine. Can get sharpshooter in a pinch. Kind of have to go for this, don't we? If nothing else than to force some reses. 13 credits. So we could even sell the Cyber Cipher. Get down this. Could get this down as well and go for the run. 3 clone chips, we have more than enough to get the Cyber Cipher out again. Saves our scavenge for other things. Get ourselves the same old thing, which we're not going to use just yet. So this for sentry. Let's get the lady down as well. And let's take a poke over here. So just a vanilla. Feels kind of bad to use a 5 strength lady on that. We could allow the trace here. No, it's better not to. But unfortunately, if we get through and it's a Sansan, we cannot trash it. Jackson, yeah, I'll trash that. So maybe it will be worthwhile to use a clone chip on a Harbinger, which is a really sad thing to say when you're installing a zero cost program. I would much prefer it being cash, but there's a couple of them buried in our stack here. I think we need to start poking everywhere else instead. Them allowing us to trash Jackson indicates that this is probably Jackson as well. We're not in a good place financially, so I mean, if this is an agenda, it's theirs, I think. Let's get Beth down instead and plan for future turns, where hopefully we'll have cash, money, draw, all that kind of thing. So, as it stands, I will take either the credit or the draw from Beth. Obviously, the extra click will be fantastic, but at the moment I'll probably be using that for either draw or credit. And there is the Jackson. Which means an agenda is probably going in there now. Must be something in HQ. Their use of advancements is a little all over the place. I mean, they're very clearly signposting this is an agenda. Or are they just gambling that we can't get in there? Which seems like a pretty good bet. I'm going to draw for cash because we have loads of them in here. This is killing me. Okay, let's put down same old thing. And take a credit. Let's get rid of you. And get rid of you. Unfortunately, giving up the agenda really easily. But our draw has just not been very kind to us. Perhaps clone shipping a Harbinger would have been the right call. Corporate sales team. So we get the draw. Still have nothing for ASOPs really. That's diesel. Here's a cash. Let's get that down. Obviously want this for sentry. Let's money up a bit. And we could take a credit here. Pitch the sharpshooter. Good to have in the bin. We can get it out for either of these really. We have another lady as well. So in fact I think we take the credit, pitch the lady. We shouldn't burn through all of these tokens. And we need to run HQ next click, I think, or next turn. We'll have the money. We can get either chameleon or sharpshooter down in case of sentry. This could be a Colgate now. Okay, so 5 clicks. And slowly starting to get our finances together as well. So we can get this down for free. We can save money on the boost. And we can clone chip it out pretty handily as well. Do we play the freedom? Probably not, because even if this is an agenda, it brings us to 4 points. Or 5. Alternatively, we could go indexing. We do have Jackson. So indexing, at least to make them res things. Freedom will then cost us 3. Yeah, let's take a peek and see what we're dealing with over here. Hopefully not architect. Amazing. So we can get SMC. I need to check my deck list. So we're going to have the 1 chameleon, which means this is going to fire. So they can get advanced assembly lines from the archives if they want. It also means they will see the top 5 of R&D. So, information for everyone. If we whiff here, it might be worth running here as well. We have the sharpshooter to save us some money. We can put down the chameleon. Just a vanilla. So beta test up top. And just a lot of unpleasantness underneath. We will put biotic labour further down. Jeeves and Sansan are both pretty bad. Clone suffrage at least will have to be installed further out. So we might as well play this. They could of course have Jackson. Oh, they're going to put down ice instead. That's fair enough. So this brings us to 5. This brings us to 3. Now we've all seen this card. Could wait for it to go in here. They'll have a little more money, or we can force reses here. So we can take a credit, play this. No, we can play this, and run. Spend 2, spend whatever. And if it's a code gate, it's a code gate. It is indeed a code gate. So Cyber Cipher will cost us 2 and 1 to break, and then allows them to shuffle. So that is going to hit. Is it going to hit? We can clone chip for cash, netting 2. Spend that 2 on Cyber Cipher. Could get through with all of our clone chips, and maybe it's actually worthwhile. So Reaver goes. Take this money. Then we clone chip this. Point it at R&D. Get rid of that. Then we spend 1. Break architecture for 2 and claim a 3-pointer. That's been a lot of work. And hopefully not Jackson. After all of that. Okay. We could probably sell an LLDS. I don't think we need to get too much higher in strength. And they do get a second agenda out of this. Presumably not going to fire because we've both seen the cards. Which which means we have a turn to try and store up a little bit of money and get ourselves set. Clone chip is useful for the other lady, really. That's not bad as well. Gamble is very good though. Okay. Quite the battle we find ourselves involved in. I'll sell this next turn. I think we have to take a poke at HQ and see what they got going on in there. Nope, we're not going to get a chance. So, as expected, there was agendas in HQ. I don't know if I ever felt comfortable enough with money to be able to attack the various servers. As it was, we left ourselves in a dicey position. The architect was a tough one. And yeah, I've enjoyed playing this deck somewhat, but I do find financially I end up struggling. Of course, as seen in the last game, it could be because Harbinger, caches, sure gambles, all that kind of thing seem to hide at the bottom. But I hope you enjoyed nonetheless, and thank you very much for watching.